Hi, everyone. Today we are going to be walking through Microsoft Copilot, which is their version of ChatGPT's tool for an AI. And so we're going to just dive right in. In Monroe School District, we have a subscription for all staff to Microsoft tools. And so if you go out to bing.com, you're going to see up in the right hand corner a place for you to go ahead and log in if you haven't already. So you're going to want to log in as your district account. So you're going to use your email address, same password as you use to log into Google, etc. Go ahead and get signed in. If you have any problems with that or it isn't working quite right for you, please reach out to tech and they can troubleshoot that for you. But you're going to want to be logged in because in order for Copilot to work, you're going to have an account with Microsoft. So Copilot is a paid subscription for pretty much everybody who doesn't use Microsoft or doesn't have a Microsoft subscription account, etc. So that's why it's really helpful that we have that here in the district. I do want to take a moment to share with you. So ChatGPT is really the database that also runs Copilot. It runs a lot of our different AI tools. It's kind of the place where all of this knowledge and content resides. The difference is that Microsoft has paid a lot of money to be able to better protect your data when you use their Copilot tool than say if you were just out at ChatGPT. And so that's why the subscription is a paid one. Do keep in mind though, anytime that you use any of these tools, be really careful about privacy and what type of personal information that you share, because everything is collected and stored. Even though Microsoft doesn't hang on to your information, it still doesn't mean that when it's out there, it's still out there. So do be really careful. All right, so we're going to just walk through a little bit about how you use this tool. And this class is for 1 hour, clock hour. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on the tutorial for this, and then you're going to explore for the rest of the time for your 1 hour. All right, we're going to head over. There's a couple of different places. You can come up here to Copilot, or there's also this little icon. It's really good idea to know the icons so that when you see them, you know which tool that it's referring to, which AI tool. Most of the AI tools they now have an icon that represents their tool. So if you were to click right here and search, you're just searching the web. If we click on here, we're going to go out to search with our AI tools. When you head out to your Copilot page, a couple of different things are going to be there waiting for you. First of all, they give you suggestions for different topics. When you are using ChatGPT or when you're using Copilot or some of these other AI tools, knowing what you want to ask is really important. So you have to kind of think out, what is the outcome of my search? What am I hoping that it's going to help me to determine? And when you ask questions of it, you need to be really detailed with what you are asking it so that it gives you the information that you're searching for. And it might be that you get a result and you're like, oh, not really happy with that. You can continue to ask it deeper and deeper questions, and it will remember what you've already been talking about. So it's like you're having a conversation with it. And that's how AI works, because it's that generative AI where it's really like having a conversation with a person. All right. So if you're interested in looking at one of these, such as this one, right, step-by-step instructions, I can click on this and it is going to, because I have pizza on there, it's going to give you step-by-step instructions for that. If you don't want to hear any more, you can just stop the recording. It will stop doing whatever it's doing. So it's pretty simple in terms of what you can do here. If you want to come back and look for a different topic, just click on that. And again, you can choose any of these, or you can come down here and you can ask it questions yourself. So rather than me take the time to type in a bunch of questions here, let's look at one of these again. So list some common non-native fish species in North America. And again, it just gives you some suggestions for how you can type in a prompt. And if you, there's going to be a separate section in here for how to write prompts, because that's really a skill. And there's a lot of information out there about writing prompts. And in fact, they give it the name prompt engineering because it's so important in the way that you're able to to ask the right questions to get the information you're seeking. Okay, so you can see that it gave us some information. Now, there's a couple of things about Copilot that is really fascinating to know. One, they will give you some of the resources that they use to find this information. So if you want to go out and check into deeper, they give you this information here so that you can do a deeper dive on your own by going out and searching the web. If you like the answer and don't like the answer, you can go ahead and give them the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and that does really help when they're looking at if they gave good answers or didn't give good answers, because the AI machine is always learning, and so this is a way for it to help with that learning. Now, whenever you see this little box right here, and this is going to be, I pretty much throughout all the AI tools, I see this. You're going to see this little button that means to copy the information. So when you click on it, it copies it onto your clipboard, and then you can go and paste it in an email. You can paste it into a Google document. You can pretty much paste it anywhere. It just copies all of the information for you. You can also export it if you would like to do that. So when you export it, try that again. There you go. It gives you some options for how to export it. So you could export it as a Word document, a PDF, just as plain text. And once you do this, it will put it onto whatever device that you're working on. Okay. And then if you want it to read aloud to you, you can click on this and it will just read it out loud for you. So there's lots of tools at the bottom. Use these tools to help you. Also, it gives you more suggestions. So it says, how was our job of getting the information? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you wanted to know more, they give you some suggestions for how you could ask for more. So let's see. How about tell me more about the impact of Asian carp? Oh, okay. So now it's going to go in and it's going to give you some more information on that. So it will continue. You don't have to retype your question. It just remembers the conversation, like I said earlier, that you're in, and it will just continue to build on that. So as you're looking through and you're like, well, I'm not sure that I was really looking specifically for this, then ask it. So say, where can I find these species? So you can continue to go a little bit deeper, and it is going to give you more particular information that you might be looking for. So again, knowing what to ask, keeping that conversation going, all of that is really important when using these tools. All right, let's stop for just a quick second. And so moving on, what I would like you to do is to go ahead and pause the video and then go in and try a couple of these tools yourself. So what you're going to do for the clock hour is create a new document. Make sure you label it Copilot, and then take a couple of screenshots of whether you're asking questions, or up here, if you have the results, you can copy the information and paste it right into that document. So you're practicing doing that. Try reading out loud, but go through and do a couple of these. Type in a couple questions of your own, and then maybe use a couple of their examples as well, so that you can dive in both ways. Put about 2 or 3 examples into your document, and then why don't you come on back when you're done, and we'll move into how do you create images using this tool. Welcome back. Okay, we are going to take a look now at how do we create images using Copilot as our AI tool. So I'm going to come out here again, clicking on our Copilot, and now when we create an image, you're going to start by asking it to do exactly that. So please create, and as though I'm having a conversation, I really try and be polite in my conversations, because it is kind of like you're talking to somebody. Okay, so please create an image. Oh boy, if I could type, of a classroom with a large sign on the wall that reads, "Welcome." Okay, and then it's going to start working on that image. It takes just a teeny bit longer than if it was coming up with a response from you. But what it does when it creates an image, it gives you options. So you'll notice when it's finished that it's going to have 4 different options up here. And in those 4 different options, you can There we go. So with the 4 different options, you can ask it to do more. You can say, oh, I like that one. I don't like that one. Sometimes I will tell you it has a really hard time with spelling words correctly. So I've had to do things several times. So notice on this one, it's got 2 C's in there. This one has 2 C's in there. And we have 2 pictures that it did it correctly. So that's just how it works. I've noticed that spelling, when you ask for it to put spelling things on there, that's going to be difficult for it. So now I noticed that these are more cartoonish. So what I might say is, please recreate making the people more realistic. All right. And then now it's going to take, so again, just like it did when we were doing our research, it remembers what you're talking about. And so you don't have to continue to give it the same prompt again, just continue the conversation. And then you can also see at the bottom here where it gives you some suggestions as well. So in case you aren't sure, it gives you some suggestions on what you can do with the picture. So now it recreated it. And this time you can see the images look very different than the last ones were more cartoonish. These look a little bit more realistic. And so now you can choose, you can say, okay, I like this, I don't like this. Again, get the image that you're looking for. So be really specific when you're asking for a picture so that it gives you exactly what you want. So let's say I like this picture. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and it makes it bigger for me. So now I have, it here, and you can do several things with this. So if you want to save it, you can save it. You can take a screenshot of it, whatever you kind of want to do with it. It just makes it a little bigger for you. And then you can scroll through them. Here, when you're finished and you're done looking at them in big, make sure you like which one you want. You can go ahead and click on that little X, close it. And a couple other things I want to share with you. Notice that this is powered by Dolly. And so I think we're up to version 4 now. It uses version 3. You will notice that it's not exact. If you hone in on some of the people in the pictures, sometimes the faces are a little blurry. They aren't super exact, but this is a tool that is meant to be more of a kind of a tool belt tool where you can do just about anything you want with this, but not real specific. So if you wanted a really good image, you might go out to an AI tool that is known for just creating images. All right, so that's how you would create pictures. It's pretty simple to do kind of the same thing that you had done before. And again, if you want, you can copy the pictures and paste it or take screenshots, lots of different things you can do with that. So that's how you create images. All right, now in your next part of your page, if you would go down and create a couple of images and paste those images on here for me so I can see those. And then when you're finished, make sure you've spent a total of an hour using this tool, and then submit your document and you'll get your clock hour for watching and working with Copilot. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.